Hey, what's up, y'all? Oh, it looks like it's recording. I think y'all got me here. So, just wanted to catch up with you all. A lot's going on. We are back at Lana's house. I think it's Friday. A lot going on, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of changes. I wanted to reach out to you all and do a quick video. I posted a video about a week ago about my child support truth, and that I'm 2 or 3 months behind in my child support. So I've been paying child support, I think, for 9-10 years, and I'm behind, and I pay $400 a month in my child support. My first ex-wife, she's an air traffic controller in the Air Force, and she's been in the Air Force since 2004, so about 14-15 years, and she is remarried to another rad ninja. His name is Scott, and they're both air traffic controllers. I believe they've both have 1 or 2 service re-enlistment bonuses, and so they're very well off. And so I made this video, that for Jordan, telling her, hey, look, Jordan, I'm not going to be able to make it, or I'm not going to be able to have you in Florida for a few reasons. Number one, I'm financially broke right now with normal money, American dollars, paper money, which all of us are, accustomed to having. So I said, look, I'm financially broke right now. I'm not going to be able to have you out in Florida. And Florida is a temporary spot for me, y'all. I am headed to Kauai, and it's probably looking a lot sooner than what I anticipated. It's been a lot longer since I anticipated. But anyways, I made a video and I said, look, Jordan, I can't have you out to Florida. I can't afford it, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to pay child support. So I posted that video, and I got a lot of HATE. One thing with me, y'all, if y'all have been following me, I haven't played it safe at all. I have a lot of different flavors, and I have found for me it's therapeutic to tell my truth. Am I filing for bankruptcy soon? Probably. Is my car in repo right now? Yes. Have I called the bank, and I'm probably going to give it back sooner than that? So, if you really want to be front and center, there's no reason to fake it to get fans or followers. And so I want to do a follow-up video. I called my mom and dad yesterday, so that's been huge. And so I said, look, let me call, my first ex-wife, Nicole. So I was at the library, the Dunning Library, and I called her up, and this is exactly what I said, y'all. And before I tell you what I said, here's a little bit of advice if you want it. The best thing to do is to face your fears and to face your problems. You know what I mean? Be truthful with yourself, and don't be afraid what anybody says. Don't be afraid what anybody's going to think, because you're still going to have those problems, and you're going to be living in fear. And when you fear that someone can use something against you, you're not going to be able to grow as quickly as you want to grow. So I called Nicole up. I actually had an old number, so that didn't work because I hadn't spoke to her on the phone literally since last November. But I speak to my daughter 3 or 4 times a week on Snapchat, and she comes through, and we're civil and we say hello. So I called the second number, and she answered, and this is exactly how the conversation went, y'all. I said, hi, Nicole, that's Tom. She said, oh, hey, how are you? And I said, I'm good. Well, I want to tell you something. She said, okay. And I said, well, I want to apologize for not being able to pay the last 2 or 3 months child support. And she said, okay. And then I said, I'm not sure the next payment that I'm going to be able to make because I'm financially broke. Now, for a lot of people, that would be very hard to say that you're financially broke, especially for a male, a macho thing, number one, to apologize, and number two, to say, hey, look, to be real and to be truthful, rather than to overextend and to maybe lie or fib, or to tell maybe someone what they want to hear or what you think that they want to hear. So I said, I apologize for not being able to make child support for the last 2 or 3 months, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to make any future payments. And she said, oh, okay. And then I said, it makes me feel sad, but I'm okay with it because I'm putting myself in a much better situation where I can create an abundance, down the road for Jordan. And the reason being, I didn't tell her this, and I'll get back to it. The reason being is because I was able to, make a lot of money, and I was able to take care of my daughter and make child supports on time and have, these houses and the cars and the gambling and all that. I was able to do that, but it wasn't my best self. and I wasn't happy, and that's why I was stressed out. I had anxiety, I had depression, I was addicted to sex, I masturbated all the time, at the casinos, doing drugs, all of that stuff. I've eliminated all of that stuff. And so now I'm finding my peace, and I'm learning techniques and healthy ways of living is to just be true and own your stuff. So then I told her, I said, I don't know, in the future if or when I'm going to be able to make another child support payment. So this is the truth. This is my truth. This is me, confronting, my ex-wife and telling her the truth. And she says, okay. And she said, I totally understand. And she says, Jordan is very well off. She says, when we get that child support, we put it to the side if and when we need anything extra. And I said, okay. And then I told her, I said, I'm on my way to Kauai. When I arrive, I will let you know. And she said, okay. And in a very, very nice, loving voice. And then I said this, I said, because it was a little bit of a pause, and I said, I love you. I hope you're healthy and happy. And she said, I love you too, Tom. Okay. And then we just hung up. And so that right there, with me being honest with myself, with me facing my fears and not lying, not fibbing, not putting a facade on, and being okay with me failing and maybe possibly not doing what everybody expects someone to do, and to be shameful, not being shameful of, of what I'm doing, because I've taken a lot of sacrifices, y'all. I've made a lot of sacrifices. I've taken a lot of risks to put myself in what I believe is going to be a better situation. And so in return, with me being honest with my first wife, she understood. She understood, and she shared with me, she said, Tom, that's okay. And so look, so when I do this online and I get a lot of HAT and a lot of people unfollow me and a lot of people send me crazy messages and hateful message and just like they're gonna kill me, and then I have stalkers and I have people that just say horrible things, and then people see those things and then they repeat those things and then they think that about me. You all gotta be careful, especially like celebrity gossip, like Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise gets talked about a lot. Do you know him? Do you know that person individually? Do you know anybody? So it's like, don't continue to gossip and talk about what you think you know of someone else, or what you think you know is going on, unless you know that person and you've had a conversation with that person. Because a lot of times things will be spread about and then people will think those are facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a deadbeat father. There are certain arrangements and certain chapters of my life that people might have missed. I don't expect people to always see my post or watch my videos, but if someone just gets one chapter of, 300 chapters and then makes accusations and then makes things up, and then people see those and they think that they're truth, it doesn't do anybody good, y'all. It doesn't do anybody good at all. So today was actually a very, very good day, a very, very good day, where it gives me even more hope and it gives me more confidence to continue the path that I'm on, to get to Kauai, and to continue to tell my story and my truth, because it's my story and they're my truths. So it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, because it's not their life, it's not their truth, it's not their story. So I wanted to do this video just because I got a lot of HAT about my child support stuff. And so I think that's it. A lot more other stuff is going on. Stay tuned. But I want to thank every single one of you that are kind to me, that reach out to me in a positive way. I love all of you. But just stay tuned, y'all. Lots going on. And I'm just going to continue to be truthful with myself, continue to tell my story, and to put myself in a better situation, the best possible situation, where I can have peace and quiet. Thanks, y'all.